The great hall of the Zorth Alliance was silent, except for the low humming of energy crystals that lit the room with a cold blue glow. Hundreds of alien leaders sat inside the circle-shaped chamber, their strange eyes fixed on the large screen floating in the center. The screen showed a small blue planet-Earth. To the Zoroth, Earth looked harmless, too harmless. Commander Threx, the tallest creature in the hall, stood up slowly. His skin was dark silver, and four shining medals hung from his armor. He was famous for winning wars across 10 different galaxies. When he spoke, his voice echoed like thunder. "Council members," he said, pointing at Earth, "this little world will be our next target. Our scouts say it is weak. It will fall in one day." Soft laughter spread through the hall. Some aliens tapped their claws on the table. Others leaned back, amused. A short alien with glowing red eyes said, "Humans fight each other all the time. They cannot fight us." Another added, "Their technology is old. Their weapons are simple. Their ships move like snails." A third one whispered, "A perfect place to conquer. Easy, very easy." Commander Threx smiled. "Exactly." He pressed a button and the screen changed. Now it showed videos collected from Earth news fights, arguments, political speeches, crowded streets, and noise everywhere. The aliens watched with mild disgust. "This species is chaotic," Threx said. "They argue, they disagree, they waste energy. They are not united. They will panic when they see us." The council nodded in agreement. Threx raised his four-fingered hand. "Then it is settled. We attack at once." A deep horn sounded through the chamber. Far away in space, giant alien warships came to life. Engines glowed bright. Metal wings opened. Weapons unlocked. A fleet of 200 powerful ships began to move toward Earth faster than light. To the aliens, this was routine. They had done this many times. Take a planet, control its people, use its resources, leave no resistance behind. But this time, something would be different. As the Zoroth fleet traveled through silent space, their scanners kept recording Earth's radio signals, music, news, stray broadcasts, random voices. To them it was all messy, unorganized noise. "Humans send too much useless sound." One pilot grumbled, "My head hurts." Another laughed, "They do not even know we are coming." But just then, all the screens on their ship flickered. A strange signal pushed through the noise. It was small, it was weak, but it was clearly a message. "Commander, we just picked up something from Earth," a pilot said nervously. "It is a direct transmission." Threx frowned. "Impossible. Humans cannot reach our frequency." "We know so, but we decoded it." "Then play it." Threx ordered. The room darkened. A single line of audio played. A calm human voice. "No fear, no panic, just one sentence. We see you." The hall froze. No one moved, no one breathed. Commander Threx's eyes widened. "Run it again." The voice repeated, "We see you." How a pilot whispered, "Humans cannot detect us. We are using full stealth." Threx checked the data again. The message came directly from Earth. It used a pattern only a highly advanced mind could create. "This must be a mistake," Threx said slowly. But his voice shook a little. Across the fleet, more alien ships reported the same thing. The humans had seen them. And worse, the humans understood their language. Back in the Zoroth Council chamber, panic spread like fire. An old alien leader shouted, "This is not possible. Humans should not have this ability." Another hissed, "For thousands of years, legends warned us about a dangerous species. A species that grows stronger under pressure." A younger alien whispered carefully, "A species that does not give up." "No," Threx said. "Humans are divided. They are weak. They are." The screen flashed again. A new message came from Earth. This time it wasn't a voice. It was a heartbeat. A human heartbeat. Slow, steady, fearless. Threx felt chills crawl across his skin. "Why would they send a heartbeat?" A scientist answered in a small voice. "It is a warning, Commander. Humans are saying we are alive. We are aware. We are ready." The chamber went silent again. No one laughed at Earth now. Meanwhile, on the alien flagship, the pilots stared at their radar screens. Something strange was happening around Earth, something they had never seen before. A pattern of lights began forming in Earth's orbit. "What is that?" one pilot asked. "Human satellites." Another guessed, "No." The navigator said, "This is something else, something organized. Lines, shapes, signals." They formed a giant circle around Earth like a net, a human. "The defense system." "Commander," the navigator whispered, "the humans, they are waking something up." Commander Threx stepped forward, suddenly unsure for the first time in years. This was no longer an easy target. Something was wrong, terribly wrong. But before he could speak, another human message appeared on every ship in the fleet. Just 2 words. "Stand by." Every alien froze. The Zoroth invasion had not even started, and already it was slipping out of their control. The Zoroth fleet moved silently through the darkness of space, growing larger on every radar screen. Their ships were sharp, black, and shaped like blades cutting through the void. Inside the command decks, alien officers watched Earth growing bigger on the hologram displays. They expected fear. They expected confusion. They expected the same. The reaction they had seen 100 times from weaker planets. But they were wrong. Commander Threx walked across the bridge of his flagship. His armor clicked softly with each step, but his mind was loud with doubt. He tried to ignore the human message that kept replaying in his thoughts. "We see you." Impossible. Humans should not send such a message. Humans should not even detect their presence. And yet they did. Still, Threx pushed those doubts aside. He reminded himself why the Zorath considered Earth an easy target. Humans fought among themselves. He had seen their broadcast arguments, crime, conflict, chaos everywhere. In the Zorath mind, this meant one thing: weakness. Beside him, a young alien officer named Riken opened a new hologram. It showed Earth's recent history wars, political disagreements, economic stress. Riken said, "Commander, the humans are still divided. They are not united under one leader. Their nations do not trust each other. Their communication systems are messy. Their defense systems look old and slow." Threx nodded. "Exactly. They are emotional, unpredictable. They cannot act as one unit. That is why Earth will fall." Another officer, older and more experienced, stepped forward. His name was Volta. He had silent red eyes and scars across his face. "Commander," Volta said, "we have studied humans for 200 years. They only unite when danger is small. But when the danger is too big, they freeze, their minds break, their will collapses. This is why we win." Threx listened. He wanted to believe that. He needed to believe that. The fleet kept moving closer, inside the human observation center on Earth. However, something else was happening, something the aliens did not expect. For decades, humans had secretly watched the sky. Their technology looked weak from the outside, but inside hidden government bases, special programs existed. Programs meant for threats no one ever talked about in public. One of these programs was called Project Sentinel. It was created not for war between human nations, but for war from outside Earth. And Project Sentinel was slowly waking up. Across the planet, hidden radar towers activated. Underground supercomputers came online. Secret satellites aligned themselves. A massive signal map formed, showing every alien ship approaching Earth. But the aliens did not know that yet. Back in space, the Zorath pilots kept scanning Earth's defenses. "Commander," a pilot reported, "their weapons are tiny. Their space stations are small. They only have satellites for communication. Nothing powerful here." Another added, "Their lasers barely reach space. Their aircraft cannot reach us. Their nuclear weapons are dangerous but slow." Threx folded his arms. "Good, this confirms our reports." But then the same pilot spoke again, sounding uncertain. "Sir, something strange is happening. Some human satellites are changing position. They are aligning." "Aligning for what?" Threx asked sharply. "We don't know," the pilot answered. Volta stepped forward, eyes narrowing. "Humans do not have the technology to coordinate space systems at that speed." Threx growled softly. "Ignore it. Humans are unpredictable. Their actions do not always make sense. They are probably preparing for a panic." Deep down, though, even he did not believe that. Meanwhile, on Earth, people in different control rooms watched screens flashing red. Scientists, soldiers, and engineers all moved quickly, activating systems that had never been used before. One officer whispered to another, "They think we're divided. They think we're weak. They don't know what we built." A commander in a dark room spoke into a microphone. "Project Sentinel, Stage 1 complete. Prepare Stage 2. Monitors showing the alien fleet updated in real time." Hundreds of hostile symbols surrounded Earth, and yet the humans' voices stayed calm. If the aliens could hear them, they would not call Earth easy again. On the Zorath flagship, Riken suddenly noticed something alarming. "Commander, the humans stopped all global fighting." Threx turned sharply. "What do you mean, sir?" "Our news intercepts show a global ceasefire. All nations stopped their internal conflicts. Military units are no longer fighting each other. They are preparing for something bigger." Volta stepped closer. Humans uniting impossible, but the data was clear. Earth was becoming silent, focused, disciplined. The kind of discipline seen only before a major event. Threx stared at the screen, feeling a pressure in his chest. "This is not normal," he said slowly. Riken swallowed. "Commander, what if we underestimated them?" Threx did not answer, because for the first time, he considered the possibility that the Zoroth might have made a terrible mistake. The fleet moved even closer, now near Earth's orbit. Their weapons powered up. Engines glowed brighter. The invasion was ready to begin, but then a new message appeared on every alien screen. .com/human. "Very clear, we are prepared." Silence wrapped around the alien ship. Threx felt his heart pound. Humans were not supposed to be prepared, yet they were. And the real mystery was, what exactly were they preparing? The Zorath fleet was now close enough to see Earth's oceans, clouds, and glowing city lights. Alien ships formed attack lines, ready for the first strike. Inside the command centers, every officer waited for Commander Threx's final order. But something was wrong. Something felt off. The humans were too calm, too silent, too prepared. Threx stood in front of the giant hologram of Earth, watching the planet rotate slowly. He expected to see chaos humans running, screaming, panicking. Instead, he saw order. Lights across continents, turned off at the same time. Flight paths across the planet cleared instantly. Communication channels went quiet, as if someone muted an entire world. It was not fear, it was control. Volta walked to the commander's side. "Sir," he said carefully, "I believe the humans are activating a defense protocol." Threx shook his head. "They do not have such things." "Reckon," the young officer whispered. "Then how do they know exactly where we are?" The commander didn't answer. His eyes stayed fixed on Earth. Far below, on the blue planet, deep inside a mountain base, humans worked quickly. Huge screens displayed alien numbers, ship positions, and energy readings. Scientists and soldiers spoke in short, sharp sentences. "Target lock complete. All systems synchronized. Quantum keys online." In the center of the room stood Project Sentinel, a huge machine made of dark metal panels and glowing blue lines. It had been hidden for decades, built in secret by scientists who believed Earth one day might face an enemy not from Earth, but from the stars. Today their fear became reality. A woman in a gray uniform, General Arya Morgan, stepped forward and placed her hand on a scanner. Her calm voice echoed, "Sentinel Core, activate." The machine responded with a soft hum that grew louder and deeper, shaking the steel walls. Light shot upward like a pillar. Symbols appeared on holograms, sharp, unfamiliar, alien-like symbols. One scientist stared at them. "We didn't write that," he whispered. "It's decoding their language," Arya replied. Automatically, Sentinel was smarter than anyone realized back in space. The Zorath flagship shook suddenly as their screens flashed white. "What was that?" Reckon shouted. "It came from Earth," the technician replied. "Something powerful just activated." Threx clenched his jaw. "A weapon." "No, Commander, it's a scan." "A scan of us, yes, sir. They just scanned our entire fleet. Deep scan. They know our shield levels, our hull density, even our engine signatures." Threx's blood ran cold. No species had ever scanned the Zoroth fleet so clearly, not even advanced empires. Volta moved closer to the commander. "Sir, humans should not have this technology," Threx whispered. "Then what is it?" Before anyone could answer, another human message reached them. This time it wasn't audio. It was visual, a symbol, glowing white, appearing on every ship screen, a circle inside it, a single line. When Reckon saw it, he froze. "Commander, this is old Zoroth language." Threx stared. He recognized it too. The symbol meant one thing: watch. Volta took a step back. "How do they know our ancient script?" Threx whispered. "This is impossible." On Earth, the Sentinel machine ran faster. Blue energy spread through cables, satellites, towers, even abandoned bases. Every hidden part of Earth's secret defense network woke up. The final part of the activation required a message, one clear signal sent into space. General Arya Morgan gave the order, "Send the response." The technician tapped a command. A single message blasted into the void: simple.com/unshaken. "We see you." But that was only the beginning. Second message followed. "We know you." On the Zoroth flagship, alarms blared. "What is happening?" Reckon cried. "Commander, the humans, they accessed our private database." Another officer shouted. "They are pulling old records, things we locked thousands of years ago." Volta's voice trembled. "They are reading our forgotten history." The hologram changed again. Now the aliens saw something terrifying. A human symbol, matching an ancient Zorath prophecy. A prophecy about a species that rises from weakness. A species that learns faster than others. A species that fights harder when cornered. A species the Zoroth once feared long ago, before they believed that species was extinct. Threx whispered the name. "The survivors." Reckon turned pale. "You mean humans are?" "Yes," Threx said. "They are the ones our ancestors warned us about." The crew stared in shock. Earth was not an easy target. Earth was the one, the species strong enough to scare the ancient. Zoroth and the humans had just proven it. The human systems continued their silent work. Defense grids aligned. Hidden orbit cannons powered up. A massive energy shield began to form around the planet like a glowing sphere. Humans had not only seen the Zoroth, they were responding. A final message appeared on every alien ship. Simple, direct: stand down. For the first time in centuries, Commander Threx felt fear. The humans were no longer prey. They were something else, something dangerous, something ready. The Zoroth fleet hovered dangerously close to Earth, their weapons glowing, their engines humming like thunder. But something had changed. For the first time since they entered the solar system, the aliens felt unsure, even afraid. Because Earth was no longer acting like a weak, divided world. It was acting like one united power far below. Across every continent, the same strange calm spread through human cities. Streets grew quiet. Air traffic vanished. Military bases switched to a single global channel. Even regular people felt something invisible: tension in the air, like the whole world was holding its breath in secret bunkers, old tunnels, mountain labs, underwater bases, and silent command rooms. Humans worked with unusual discipline. Countries that once disagreed now shared one purpose: defend Earth. General Arya Morgan stood at the center of the global defense hall, surrounded by hundreds of screens showing space in all directions. Blue lights flashed across the curved metal walls. Engineers, officers, and scientists moved quickly, speaking in short sentences. Project Sentinel is stable. Orbital grid at 84%. Communication. Link with all nations confirmed. Globally. Ceasefire holding. Arya looked at a world map covered in green lights. Every major nation was connected. Every military force was cooperating. Every scientist and engineer had access to shared data for the first time in human history. Earth was truly unified. She spoke through a global broadcast channel that connected leaders across the planet. Attention world, the threat is real, and for the first time, we stand together. No borders, no enemies, only one mission: protect our home. The leaders nodded, their faces serious. All forces, Arya commanded, activate the planetary defense protocol. In space, the alien officers watched in shock as human satellites formed shapes, geometric patterns too perfect to be random. Lines connected, circles formed, signals pulsed in rhythm. Volta stared at the displays. Commander, they are building a network. Threx frowned. What kind of network? A weapon, a shield, something advanced, more advanced than they should have. Reckon swallowed hard. Sir, humans are aligning their entire planet for war. Threx growled. Humans cannot unite like that. Their nations fight each other. Their governments disagree. Volta shook his head slowly. Not today. Something has changed. They are not acting like the chaotic species we studied. Reckon whispered. Commander, they are acting like us. That sentence hit the bridge like a stone. Humans, once considered emotional and disorganized, were behaving like a disciplined military civilization. On Earth, massive underground bunkers opened, releasing dark metal towers that rose through the ground like giant steel trees. Each tower emitted a deep energy hum as blue shields spread across the sky. These shields connected with satellites, forming a protective net so large that even the Zoroth fleet could see it. High above the atmosphere, hidden cannons unfolded from old space stations, glowing brightly as power surged through them. These weapons were not new, they were unfinished projects, abandoned years ago due to lack of funding or disagreement between human nations, but today, they were completed. Sentinel AI had corrected their designs, perfected their systems, and connected them into one giant defense web. Arya received the report. All orbital cannons are charged, moon bases activated, deep-sea defense systems online, Sentinel quantum field stable. Humanity's power was now one voice, one force, one shield. On the alien flagship, panic grew. Commander, a technician shouted. Earth's defense grid just reached full power. Another added, we are detecting weapons we have never seen. Their energy patterns do not match any known human technology. Threx stared at the glowing Earth with shock and anger. How is this possible? Volta answered softly. Humans evolve faster than any species. You know this. Under pressure, they change. They adapt. They become stronger. Threx turned sharply. Are you saying humans can match us? Volta hesitated. I am saying they are no longer what we believed. Inside the global defense hall, Arya watched the Zoroth fleet tighten formation. Hundreds of glowing alien ships surrounded Earth like a metal storm. But Arya's voice stayed calm. Begin transmission. The communication officer activated a channel aimed directly at the alien flagship. A single message left Earth. Simple but powerful. This is Earth defense. Stand down. The message reached every alien ship at the same time. The words echoed in their native language, clear, firm, commanding. Reckon stared at the message, stunned. They're not asking for mercy, he whispered. They're giving us an order. Threx's eyes widened. Humans dare speak to us like this. Volta looked at him. Sir, perhaps we should listen. Threx slammed his hand on the console. Never. Humans are inferior. But even he didn't believe that anymore. Not after seeing Earth unite. Not after seeing their technology rise. Not after hearing the human voice that spoke without fear. On Earth, Arya watched the alien fleet carefully. The enemies were close, but the humans stood strong. She turned to her officers. Prepare all systems for possible attack, but hold fire. We respond only if they do. Understood. Lights dimmed. Screens glowed brighter. Planetary shields hummed like a heartbeat. Humanity waited. Strong, ready, united. For the first time since the invasion began, the aliens had to choose: attack a planet that suddenly wasn't weak at all, or face a united species with a secret weapon. They didn't understand that Earth was no longer prey. Earth was a warning, and the aliens felt it. The Zoroth fleet floated like a dark metal storm around the blue planet. Thousands of alien eyes watched Earth through their glowing screens. They expected fear. They expected surrender. But Earth did not bend. Earth stood firm behind a rising shield of blue energy, bright enough to light up space. Commander Threx clenched his teeth. He felt his pride slipping. For the first time in decades, an enemy had challenged him calmly, confidently, without shaking. He turned to his officers. This ends now. Humans think they are strong. We will show them what real power is. Reckon whispered. Commander, maybe we should wait. Silence. Threx roared. He raised his hand. Prepare the first strike. Alien ships shifted position, forming attack triangles. Weapons glowed violet. Engines roared like beasts. The first battle of Earth was seconds away. On Earth, inside the global defense hall, the alarms changed tone. Red lights flashed across the metal walls. Officers moved quickly. Alien fleets charging weapons. Target locks detected. Shields at full strength. General Arya Morgan stood tall, her face calm, her voice cut through the tension like steel. Do not fire unless they fire first. Yes, General. The room fell silent. Everyone watched the screens. Everyone held their breath. Then boom. A burst of violet energy shot from the leading Zoroth battleship. It moved faster than lightning, glowing bright enough to blind senses. The first strike had begun. Arya's voice was sharp. The energy blast slammed into Earth's orbital shield. The shield rippled like water, struck by a stone, but it did not break. The shockwave traveled through space, shaking nearby satellites. But the defense grid stayed strong, glowing brighter than before. Shield stable, a technician reported. No damage. The humans in the room let out a breath of relief. Arya nodded. Now we answer. She lifted her hand. Fire Alpha line. In orbit, the long-hidden human cannons unlocked. Metal panels slid open. Blue energy pulsed inside their cores. One cannon after another aimed at the Zoroth fleet, then FWOOM. A line of bright blue beams shot upward, forming a coordinated strike. The beams hit with precision. 3 alien ships exploded at once. Another 5 ships lost shields. A massive battleship spun out of formation, its engines smoking. On the flagship, aliens panicked. Commander, we lost 8 ships. Impossible. Human weapons should not be this strong. Threx felt his hands tremble. Their aim, their power. Where did they get this technology? Volta stared at the screens in disbelief. This is not normal Earth's weaponry. Something is helping them. Reckon pointed at the Earth symbol glowing on their monitors. It's that machine. The one sending messages. They call it Sentinel. Threx roared. Destroy it. The Zoroth fleet unleashed another wave of violet beams. Dozens this time faster, stronger. Hotter. Earth responded instantly. Sentinel predicted. Every attack, orbital shields shifted. Blue walls thickened. Energy nets formed. The alien beams hit and dispersed like smoke. Volta whispered. They are reading our attack patterns. Threx growled. Then we changed the pattern. He ordered a formation shift. Ships broke apart, forming spirals and unpredictable routes. This tactic had defeated powerful empires before, but Sentinel adapted against them. We human cannons rotated faster than should be possible. Earth's fired another barrage. Boom, boom. Flashes of white-blue light filled space. Alien ships burst into fireballs. Reckon shouted. Commander, 24 ships down. Volta added. Earth is winning. Threx slammed his fists on the console. I will not lose to humans. On Earth, cheers erupted in control rooms across the planet. People watching from deep bunkers felt hope growing in their chests, but Arya's voice brought them back to focus. Stay alert. This is far from over. The Zoroth will not stop so easily. She was right. The alien fleet tightened, glowing with dangerous energy. Volta warned Threx. Commander, we must retreat. The humans are more advanced than we believed. No. Threx shouted. Charge the planet destroyer. Riken stepped back in horror. Commander, you can't use that. It will wipe out the planet. That is the idea. Threx growled. If we cannot conquer Earth, we destroy it. The planet destroyer weapon stored in the center of the flagship began to wake. Its core glowed sickly purple. Its energy readings spiked. Alarms screamed across the alien ship. Commander, weapon charging too fast. It's unstable. It doesn't matter. Reckon shouted. This is madness. But Threx didn't care. On Earth, Sentinel detected the rising energy instantly. A red alert flashed across every screen. General, the alien flagship is charging a super weapon. Arya's face hardened. To target their flagship. All units, human satellites aligned. Orbital, cannons focused on one point. The entire human defense grid prepared to strike the alien leadership. Arya raised her hand. Fire. The sky above Earth glowed. Blue as hundreds of human beams shot at the alien flagship. Threx saw the attack coming done, and for the first time in his life, he felt fear. Volta whispered. Commander, we are doomed. Then boom. The human beams struck the flagship with overwhelming force. Metal shattered. Shields cracked. Systems exploded. The planet destroyer core overloaded. The flagship tore apart in a blinding flash of violet and white light. A shockwave rippled through space. Alien ships spun out of control. Many burst into flames. Others retreated instantly. The great Zoroth fleet, the most feared army of 10 galaxies, was broken, and Earth had done it. Earth had won. Silence fell across space as the remaining alien ships fled. Humanity watched the screens. Arya whispered, "They're running." Her officers smiled. People across Earth held each other, cried, cheered, or simply breathed in relief. Earth was alive. Earth was safe. Earth had done the impossible, and the universe would never forget it. The Zoroth survivors fled through the darkness of space. Their ships damaged, their engines failing, their pride shattered. No one spoke inside the broken command rooms. No one dared. The memory of Earth's defense, its shields, its weapons, its impossible unity played again and again in their frightened minds. Reckon sat at the edge of a cracked console, staring into the void. How did this happen? He whispered. How did humans defeat us? Volta, injured but alive, answered softly. Because we believed they were weak. We judged their fights. We judged their chaos. But humans change when danger rises. That is their true power. Behind them, the wreckage of the flagship drifted like a grave in space. Commander Recon's voice broke. Volta slowly closed his eyes. He fell because he refused to see the truth. The Zorth fleet, what was left of it, jumped into hyperspace, leaving Earth behind. But the message of their defeat was already spreading across the galaxy. News reached distant worlds in whispers. Have you heard? The Zorth attacked Earth and lost. Lost. Impossible. No, the humans destroyed the flagship. With what? With something the Zorth feared. The old legends. Planets that once mocked Earth now spoke with caution. Civilizations that never cared about the small blue world now watched it closely. Some feared, some respected, some wanted to understand the humans who united under pressure, and some simply stayed away. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, a single sentence traveled faster than any ship. Do not attack Earth. Back on Earth. The global defense hall glowed with soft white lights. Screens slowly turned from red to green as systems shut down or returned to normal operations. Engineers began disconnecting emergency circuits. Soldiers leaned back, finally breathing freely. General Arya Morgan removed her headset, her shoulders lowered, the tension finally slipping away. A young officer approached. General, it's over. Arya looked at the giant window showing Earth from orbit. Blue oceans, white clouds, cities glowing gently in the night. Yes, she said quietly. It's over. People around the world celebrated. Children looked at the sky with pride. Families hugged each other. Scientists cried from relief. Nations exchanged messages of respect. For the first time, Earth had stood as one people, and the universe saw it. Project Sentinel powered down slowly. Its bright blue energy faded to a soft glow. Scientists gathered around it, amazed. One of them touched the metal surface. How did it do all this? Arya answered. Because humans built it together. Many minds, many nations. And when the time came, we stopped fighting each other and finished what we started. The machine released one last line of text on the screen. Threat eliminated. A second line appeared. Awaiting next challenge. Arya stared at it. Let's hope that day does not come soon. In the following days, Earth changed. Countries held meetings, not arguments. Leaders shook hands, not fists. Scientists from every culture shared information. People talked about unity more than borders. The invasion had taught humanity something powerful. They were strongest when standing together. Earth's message to the universe was simple. Not fear, not anger, not a threat, but strength. Quiet, calm, unshakable strength. Far away, in the dark of space, the remaining Zorath Council gathered. Their voices were low, full of disbelief. What do we do now? Earth is dangerous. Should we prepare for their attack? No, humans do not conquer. They defend. A long silence followed. Then one council member said the words everyone feared to admit. We called Earth easy prey. But humanity is something else. No one argued, because they all knew the truth. Humans were not weak. Humans were not simple. Humans were not prey. They were survivors, stronger than expected, braver than predicted, and far more united when threatened. And the message Earth sent, the one that echoed through for the first time, Earth had stood as one people, and the universe saw it. Project Sentinel powered down slowly. Its bright blue energy faded to a soft glow. Scientists gathered around it, amazed. One of them touched the metal surface. How did it do all this? Arya answered, because humans built it together. Many minds, many nations. And when the time came, we stopped fighting each other and finished what we started. The machine released one last line of text on the screen. Threat eliminated. A second line appeared. Awaiting next challenge. Arya stared at it. Let's hope that day does not come soon. In the following days, Earth changed. Countries held meetings, not arguments. Leaders shook hands, not fists. Scientists from every culture shared information. People talked about unity more than borders. The invasion had taught humanity something powerful. They were strongest when standing together. Earth's message to the universe was simple. Not fear, not anger, not a threat, but strength. Quiet, calm, unshakable strength. Far away, in the dark of space, the remaining Zorath Council gathered. Their voices were low, full of disbelief. What do we do now? Earth is dangerous. Should we prepare for their attack? No, humans do not conquer. They defend. A long silence followed. Then one council member said the words everyone feared to admit. We called Earth easy prey. But humanity is something else. No one argued, because they all knew the truth. Humans were not weak. Humans were not simple. Humans were not prey. They were survivors, stronger than expected, braver than predicted, and far more united when threatened. And the message Earth sent, the one that echoed through star systems and across empires, became a legend. We see you. The universe would never forget it. Star systems and across empires became a legend. We see you. The galaxy did not stay quiet for long. Only 3 weeks after the Zorth defeat, strange signals began appearing on long-range scans. They were not attacks. They were not warnings. They were something else. Something the humans had never seen before. Inside the Global Defense Hall, engineers gathered around the main screen. A technician frowned. General Arya, this signal is not Zorth. It's from another species, and it's coming from very far. Arya stepped closer. Show me. The screen shifted, displaying a soft golden wave moving through deep space. What does it mean? Another officer asked. Dr. Malik, one of the scientists behind Project Sentinel, analyzed it carefully. It's peaceful. It looks like a greeting. Everyone in the room froze. A greeting from who? Several light years away, a tall, silver-skinned alien named Aerith watched the same signal they had just sent toward Earth. Their people, the Serati, had existed for thousands of years, traveling between stars with ease. Aerith turned to their council. The humans are stronger than we believed. They faced the Zoroth and survived. Now we must decide. Do we meet them? The Serati were not conquerors. They were explorers. They had observed humans for centuries, always from far away. But Earth's new unity had impressed them. They are young, one council member said, but they are brave. Maybe they are ready. The decision was made. The Serati would make contact on Earth. Project Sentinel detected a new energy signature entering the solar system. Something is coming, a soldier said. Arya's heart tightened. Zorath again. No, the soldier replied. This ship is beautiful. Beautiful, that word had never been used in a threat report. Moments later, the cloaked Serati ship uncloaked near the moon. No weapons pointed at Earth. No war cry. No invasion pattern. Just silence, and a soft golden glow. The room filled with awe. General, Dr. Malik whispered, I think they're here to talk. The first message arrived through a harmless, peaceful transmission. A calm voice spoke. People of Earth, we greet you. The room went silent. The voice continued. We have watched your world for generations. Today, we come not as enemies, but as friends. You stood against darkness and proved your strength. Now we wish to know you. Arya exhaled slowly. For the first time in many days, she smiled. Open a channel, she said. Let's answer. The reply from Earth was simple but powerful. This is the planet Earth. We welcome peaceful contact. A meeting was arranged on the moon-based neutral ground. A small team of humans waited as a golden door on the alien ship opened. A tall figure stepped out. Their body shimmered like metal and their eyes glowed softly. ERY bowed. Hello, humans. Arya stepped forward. Welcome. Aerith studied her for a moment. Your world has changed since the last time we observed you. Humans once fought each other. But now, you stand together. This unity is rare in the galaxy, Arya replied. We learned a hard lesson. Aerith tilted their head thoughtfully. And you passed that lesson with courage. Many worlds would have fallen before the Zorth, but not you. The humans exchanged surprised looks. You knew about the Zorth? Arya asked. Yes, Aerith answered. We have faced them before. They attack the weak. But you have shown the universe you are not weak. A soft metallic smile formed on Aerith's face. And that is why we are here. The humans listened carefully, Aerith continued. Earth is entering a new age. Many species will want to meet you. Some will be peaceful like us. Others may not be. Arya nodded slowly. So what do you want from us? Nothing, Aerith said kindly. We only want to offer guidance, friendship, and knowledge. If you choose to accept it. Dr. Malik stepped forward. Will others come? To Aerith's expression turned serious. Yes, the Zorth are only the beginning. The galaxy is vast, and humans have just stepped into its light. Arya took a deep breath. So what happens now? Aerith extended a hand, thin, glowing, peaceful. Now the alien said, your world joins the stars. And in that moment, Arya Morgan understood. Humanity's story was no longer about surviving an attack. It was about entering a much larger universe, one filled with danger, mystery, and new allies. A new chapter had begun, and Earth was ready. The universe would never forget it.